Okay, so have a question for you, and please be really, really honest with yourself when you answer this. Do you suck at being a freelancer? I mean, really, really ask yourself, do you suck at, closing clients? Are you stuck in this income bracket that you've been in for the last year, 2 years, 3 years? Does it feel like every time you close a client, you're trading a piece of your soul away? And does it feel like you can't raise your prices for whatever reason, no matter what you've tried? You can't raise your prices. You don't know where the next client is coming from. If that is you, then you're probably making some of these same mistakes that I've made in my career as a freelance copywriter and freelance, funnel designer, conversion expert, copy consultant, whatever you call it. I'm in marketing and I've been a freelancer. I've been freelancing since basically 2019 specifically. And yeah, I've since then done other business ventures and my own coaching as well. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about the mistakes that you're probably making if you are, if you feel like you kind of suck at being a freelancer right now. So if you don't know who I am, my name's Cameron. I am a copy consultant. I help people and courses and offers on their copywriting and their marketing and their funnels and their VSLs, email marketing, all that jazz, their ads as well. But mainly I'm also working for myself. I have my own coaching and consulting business where I help copywriters and freelancers make more money by doing less work and charge higher prices and all that stuff. So that being said, that's who I am. Before I did copywriting, if you don't know, I was a full-time pole vaulter. I was a full-time athlete, and I was training for the Olympics. And eventually I had to find a way to fund my Olympic career, and I chose copywriting because I knew about it since the dating age of 2014 to 2016 with guys like Jason Capital and Elliot Hulse and all that whole internet money space when it was really early on in YouTube. And that's how I got into the info space. And then just one day I hired a coach, started writing emails, and started making tons of money. Then since I've just been traveling the world with friends and clients and just basically transformed my whole social life through this one skill of copywriting. It's been such a fun journey, and I'm more excited now to be doing different things in this world of marketing, being able to coach people, being able to help people kind of get similar results and have breakthroughs and all that stuff. So that being said, what I wanted to talk about is the mistakes you're probably making if you feel like you kind of suck at being a freelancer, right? Such a weird intro, but anyways, let's dive into it. So mistake number one is actually not being of valuable service to your clients. I know it sounds pretty silly, but you'd be amazed at like how much you're not really being of value and being of service to people who are actually paying you big money. Like most clients are not, they're not dropping $100. If you're in business, you're probably not charging $100, $500, $1,000 max for your coaching or for your freelance service, right? You're probably charging somewhere between $5,000 to potentially even $30,000 for your services, right? And so because of that, you have to understand that it's very valuable to have you as an asset in a business, and to not be of 100% clear service to your clients is like walking into a restaurant and getting served basically shitty food and being served, like having basically a shitty experience, right? If you really think about your career and your service as an actual restaurant that people are coming to, you start to understand that you want to provide the best value, like a Michelin star experience for your clients, essentially, right? You want to get food straight away, meaning you want to deliver your service like pretty much instantly or as long as it takes. And you want to give them really good client experience. Like two things that come down to being of good service is one, client experience, and two, the actual, the goods, the skills, what you're delivering, the results, right? What results do you actually perform and what results can you actually get for your clients? If you get really rock solid results, I guarantee you'll be able to, get tons of referrals. And that's how this game works. Like if you don't invest in yourself, and if you're not investing in your skills and investing in advancing in your career, you're not going to be making as much money as you once were, or you're going to fall down. Because if you're not growing, you're either growing or you're getting you're atrophying essentially, because the world is always changing. Markets are always changing. If you're not advancing, you're essentially atrophying. So so that's a big mistake that I've learned a few times for sure in my career, of not being of 100% epic value and epic service to my clients when the moment asked for me, when the moment is asking you to perform, you need to perform and show up for your clients. And that's sort of like what the name of the game is if you're a freelancer. And I don't think a lot of people in the online money space really talk about that side of being of service and like taking care of people and being someone who can actually take care of your clients. I think a lot of this space is really talking about like how to make the most money and, you know, like how to do this new funnel hack or whatever the fuck, right? I find a lot of people are kind of talking about that, but really what it comes down to is actually giving a shit about who you're working with and actually providing epic levels of service. That was a lesson I learned recently, and it's since increased my income level by 3 at least in the last 6 months or so. So being of service when you have clients working for you, and even if you're doing coaching or consulting, giving your coaching clients the best experience possible will obviously increase your value and bring in more customers through the door, because people will be giving you so many referrals after that. So that's a big mistake that I find if you feel like you suck at being a freelancer. The next thing is like not charging enough. Like you're probably not charging enough if you feel like you're stuck in an income bracket. And the way to increase your rates is by A, just pricing your rates differently, and B, attracting the right clients, and then C, also taking that money and investing in your skills and your service. Because if your skills are increasing, like I mentioned, you'll be able to provide a lot more value to your clients when you're learning new things, you're investing in your own coaching, and you're taking their money and basically putting it back into their business by investing in yourself and your skills. And because your skills are increasing, you're able to attract higher quality clients. And because of that, you're able to charge higher and higher prices. It's just an upward spiral if you focus on charging higher prices, charging your worth, and not settling for the low paying clients. If you don't settle, for life will always give you what you accept and what you settle for. And people will always respond to the energy that you're emitting, right? And so you want to focus on providing the right frequency out into the world and connecting with the right people and being able to state your prices confidently with the backing of knowing that A, you're either going to be able to learn the skill through a mentor or through another coaching program or something like that, or B, you know your value and you know how much time and you know the results you're able to provide, right? That's how you increase your prices, is what I found. So I guarantee if you don't charge the right prices, and every time I've charged less than what I knew what it was worth for, essentially what I knew my services were worth for, every time I've charged less than what my services were worth, or what I knew I was worth, or what I knew I wanted to charge, or what I knew I was like comfortable and really like excited and enthusiastic about, if I charged less than that and I knew I was settling, then actually I put a lot less positive energy into the project itself. And because of that, the project didn't perform. And because of that, the client didn't want to renew. And because of that, there's all these consequences that sort of come from not charging the right price. Whereas when I charged my actual fee and I charged what I knew it was worth and what I charged what was maybe potentially even a stretch for me at the time with confidence, and it closed, the deal was like so much more efficient because the type of client that essentially buys that in that way, essentially like you say the price, they say yes, that type of client is a much higher quality client, and they're going to take your service much more seriously, and they'll listen to what you actually have to say rather than you trying to fight an uphill battle because you charged a lot less than what you were worth. So I guarantee if you are a freelancer, you feel like you can't increase a certain pay bracket right now, it's because you're not understanding how to charge high enough prices. And that really comes down to investing in your skills and investing in your mindset, really, to be able to charge higher, right? And so after that, then my business has changed dramatically. The third thing that I see a lot of freelancers, especially in the copywriting world, The third thing I see them make is like kind of like silo themselves away and be sort of like antisocial business nerds in a way of just like doing monk mode all the time and not really socializing and not really like expanding their network and not growing in that way of like, this is really a holistic, business is a holistic approach to life essentially. And if you're not enjoying your life, you're not enjoying your business, you're not going to be able to have longevity in this space, and you're not going to have fun doing what you're doing. So I've always found, for me at least, focusing on my network and my social skills and my community is the biggest needle mover in my business. And I've made some of the best connections, the best friendships through copywriting and through being of service to people. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to talk about the few mistakes that I've seen, that I've made as well, and that you're probably making if you feel like you suck at being a freelancer. So that said, feel free. I'd love to hear what your experience is as a freelancer, if that's what you do. And I'd love to hear a little bit more about, my YouTube community here. I literally just starting, I'm restarting videos here and making these more consistent. So that's all I have for you guys. And, and one more thing.
But there is one more thing.
One more thing is I'm considering opening up a coaching group, going over a lot more of this stuff. If you're interested in it, we'll see what the interest is like. If there's enough interest, I'll open it up. But I'm considering showing everything behind the scenes of how I've closed, bigger projects from 15 grand to 30 grand projects, and essentially how to be a better freelancer in 2024. And more so, it's called the copy consultant. So how to be a copy consultant for businesses and come in as their full stack copywriter, be able to consult on all their marketing and really just all the skills you need to be a marketing consultant in this day and age. So that being said, if it's of any interest to you, let me know. We'll see how much interest there is. Of course, like, subscribe, and do all the YouTube stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.